Here he is, the one, the only...
Here I am again with a chance for each of our couples to win as much as $10,000 tonight. And, George, what happens if they say the secret word?
Well, they can win an extra $100.
Yeah, that's true. Now, what is the word for tonight?
Well, it's right here in the duck.
All right, George, who's placed on the agenda?
Well, before we start, Groucho, I want to remind you that we have a couple of challengers to the claim made last week by Mr. Universe of 1957 that he has the most perfect build in the world. We'll meet them a little later on in the show.
Why don't you enter this contest, George? You're pretty well built. I mean, for a man.
I'm actually no muscle man.
Oh, don't be modest, George. You have more muscle in your head than they have in their whole bodies.
Groucho, we have a couple of youngsters from Europe who would like to meet you now. Susie Gall from Switzerland and Elfie Hummel from Austria. So, girls, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word. Hello. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. Susie Gall and Elfie Hummel, huh? What do you... Huh? Is that right?
Yes, I'm Elfie.
Oh, what are you girls dressed like that? Are you attending a Girl Scout convention here in L.A., or are you going to a masquerade?
Oh, no. We are not Girl Scouts. We are Boy Scouts.
You're Boy Scouts, huh? How is it I never saw a Boy Scout that looked like you?
Oh, perhaps you have never been in Switzerland and Austria.
So you were a Boy Scouts in Europe?
Yeah, I think we have no Girl Scouts. Girls are not so interested in camping and all that stuff and campfire.
That's what you think, huh? Now, why do they allow girls in the Boy Scouts in Europe?
Oh, they make better, I think, Wolf Cub leaders. These little guys from 6 to 12, you can handle them better. So it's better to be, as a girl, a Wolf Cub scout.
How old are you, Susan?
I'm 22.
22. And Elfie?
A little more past 22.
80?
And not yet. Between 22 and 23.
23. Yeah. Well, that's the ideal age for Boy Scouts like you, especially for the Scoutmaster. Well, Susie, what are you girls doing in Hollywood? You are girls, aren't you?
We are girls, yes.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
We are on a trip around the world.
And you're traveling all over the world?
Oh, yes, hitchhiking. We hitchhike. There's a
On
camel
what?
coming, or elephant.
Camel is coming?
Yeah, sometime. If you're in a descent, yes. A bullock cart.
A donkey cart.
A donkey himself.
Jeep.
Everything. Anything. Trucks, or melon trucks, everything. We
Travel
hitchhike
by
everything.
bullock, elephant, ox carts?
Everything. Yes, what is moving on.
You know, people will ride in anything as long as it's a foreign make. Isn't it dangerous riding those wild animals?
Oh, no. Not for us anymore.
Much fun.
No? Now, Elfie, what are some of the unusual countries you visited?
Yeah, the most interesting was, I think Lapland was quite interesting. Europe.
Lapland?
Yes, we have some interesting countries too in Europe.
Lapland. Isn't that where all good secretaries go when they die?
What? I don't think we must have... They would have to be very good skiers, actually.
What's the most interesting experience you've had in your varied travels?
Oh, I think we have had plenty. But,
Yeah, I think the most funny thing when we met the Caliph, all the harem of the Caliph of Tetuan.
Yes, he has
Spanish
300
Morocco.
You met
wives.
what? You met what?
The Caliph of Tetuan.
The harem.
Caliph, you mean?
Yes,
That's
you
what-
call it perhaps
Caliph,
Caliph.
huh? No, we call it madness. Now, what do you call it, huh?
He has 300 wives.
He has 300 wives,
And,
huh?
yes, and we could
Yes.
see his harem. That was quite interesting.
You saw his harem? How do they spend their time, these wives? They can't all cook dinner every night. Or do they get in frozen foods?
Oh, they have plenty of servants. They mustn't do
They
anything.
have-
They sit on silk cushions.
All day?
And fighting. It's all like, like that.
Yeah.
That's all, I mean. Painting a little bit and wailing and unwailing. That's all what they do.
Well, you'd wail, too, if you were one wife of 300. Well, how do these wives know that the old boy hasn't got some other dame stashed away someplace?
Oh, he has. He has about 300 or something like that he has. But
On
you
the
have heard
outside?
out. Yes,
On the outside?
Yeah. Pretty good job.
Yeah, oh. Imagine what it must be like when this Caliph comes home from the office unexpectedly and 300 guys are jumping out of windows. You know, even in my wildest dreams, I never anticipated that I'd be holding this kind of a conversation with a couple of Boy Scouts. Well, you're as charming a pair of Boy Scouts as I've ever come across. And it's certainly been fun talking to you. Now we're going to give you a chance to win a lot of money. Now, do you understand this game?
Yeah, that's our category, and we have to pick out something.
Yeah, that's right. The idea is to win if you win $500, you get a chance later at $5,000 or $10,000.
Yes.
You have 4 chances. In other words, you can pick 4 questions from any rows you want.
I see.
100, 200, 300. Now, the 100 are fairly easy. The 200 are a little more difficult, and the 300 are a little tougher than any of them.
I think
You understand?
Well, we like what it means.
Try to get a total of 500. Here. There's a $200 question.
Our whole life is depending.
$200. To what country does Greenland belong? And if you don't know, guess. But you know.
Denmark.
Denmark, that's right. Now you've got $200.
You've got $200. All right, now remember you have 3 more chances, and you can pick any ones you want. Yeah, the object is to make $500 altogether. You've already got 200.
All right,
All
Groucho.
right.
It's terrible.
Now listen, kid, keep quiet. Well, let me read it. For $200, the Yalu River separates Korea and what other country? You ask her because she might know something, too.
And Russia?
China.
What do the giant minds, the Brain Trust, have to say about this?
North and South Korea. It's not
All right,
North and South
well, no, it's Manchuria, and that's part of Red China, so now you have $400.
Right, one more. You have 2 more chances.
How much have I
You have
now?
2 more. You have $400. 2 more chances to make 500.
Come on, boys.
Another
shake it up.
200. You'll have 600, and you'll be in the running for 10,000 at the end of the show if you get this one right.
What is the mountain range separating France and Spain?
Pyrenees.
That's right.
You now have $600. You have one more. You're already. You have 600. That's good. Believe me, that's good.
Well, why should they believe you?
Oh, I was a Boy Scout once.
For the FBI?
You can't lose now. In other words, you're in, and this is all gravy now.
You're schwitzing, huh?
Yeah,
Very much.
Yeah.
Trembling.
For $200, what country lies directly south of Denmark?
Germany.
Germany. Is right, yes, that's
And
true.
you wind up with a total of $800.
Now
So
you got
we'll...
$800.
Last week, Mr. Universe of 1957.
Mr. Universe?
He was on our show last week.
Somebody with that name?
Yes, his name is actually Reginald Lewis. And his wife said that he had the most perfect figure in the whole world. And
His wife's, well, she ought to know.
Anyway, Groucho invited any men listening who figured that they had a better figure to get in touch with us, and
Figure that out.
and many of them did, and we selected 2 to be on our show tonight, and I think they're ready now, Groucho.
Well, you may be wondering what we're doing with a stunt like this, but I'm sick of looking at beautiful girls. Well, that's true. And I thought for a change we ought to give the women a break by having some handsome men up here. Let's face it, we're all animals, deep down. Everybody knows there are male wolves, so there certainly must be female wolves. Otherwise, there never would be any little tiny wolves. And then where would we be then? Huh? Now, George, how are we going to decide who the winner is?
Well, we thought it would be a good idea if we maybe selected a woman from our audience to be a judge.
All right, well, let's get a woman out there. Is there a woman out there who'd like to be a judge of this contest? If so, stand up.
Stand up.
Any
so
woman
we can
at
see
all.
you.
Any woman at all. Oh, the one with the gray dress. Red dress. All right, red dress. Come on. The audience holler they want the woman with the red jacket here, in case they go hunting. How do you do? What is your name?
Lillian Watkins.
It is? Well, that's a mighty fine name. And are you married?
I'm unmarried now.
Okay, otherwise you were going back in the audience, you know. Your name is Lillian Watkins?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. Now, do you think you're qualified to pick the man with the best build?
Well, I certainly should be. I was married 30 years.
To one man?
The same one.
Send the other woman back. We want a woman who's had 4 or 5. Okay, I guess you're qualified. George, bring in the challenges.
All right, Mr. Don Scott, who was Mr. Physical Fitness of 1956, and Joe Gould, the most perfect man of 1956. Would you gentlemen come in, please?
Come on in, boys. Okay, boys, start flexing.
And I have to
Now, you walk in front of them there, and you decide which one you think would be the... I'll go with you, huh? You want a tango? Which one do you... Hey, no touch. Let it go around. Go around the back and take a look at them. They may look better from the rear end.
I think this is the most, this is developed.
You like this one? Okay, Blondie, I'm sorry, but that's the way the muscles bounce. We'll give you another chance. Well, come on over to the microphone. Now, what do they get, George, for displaying their shapes up here?
Well, for our winner here...
He's the winner?
Yes, Joe Gold. He gets $101. And for Mr. Don Scott, we have second prize money of $99.
I see. Well, that's fair.
I'll give them the $2 because I couldn't see much difference between them.
Well, do you want to take one of these home with you?
I'd like to.
What is your name?
Joe Gold.
Are you married?
No.
Are you interested in getting married to a girl who's been married for 30 years?
Well, I've been a bachelor this long. I figure I'll still stay a bachelor.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry. Some other time, huh? Thanks for coming up.
We have a prize for...
Oh, you got a
Watkins.
prize for her, too?
Yes.
What she get, the other fella?
No,
You get 100, she gets $102.
$102.
Because you've got a more, you've got a more interesting figure than either of them. Thanks to all of you and to the winner. We'll see you again next week, huh?
Thank you.
Arrivederci.
Sam Baer and Irene Marshall are on deck now. So, folks, you can please and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide an extra $100. Sam Baer and Irene Marshall. And which one is Baer? I'm sorry it's you. You can't be Baer. You're fully dressed. I decided we'd get that joke out of the way quickly. Then we get on to the regular show. Now, what kind of a name is Baer? Is that animal, vegetable, or mineral?
Indian.
You're an Indian?
32nd part Indian.
Oh. Now, if you're only 1/32nd Indian, how do you know you're an Indian at all?
Well, I was 24 before I knew that I had Indian blood.
I was 24 before I found out a chicken had anything but a wing. That's an old vaudeville joke that never gets a laugh. You like it? Now, Sam, do you have any of the Indian's characteristics? I mean, do you ever have an uncontrollable urge to drink firewater and kill all the people who make westerns?
I walk pigeon-toed. My children walk slightly pigeon-toed. In fact, the whole family does.
Oh, really? I have a friend who walks pigeon-toed, and he isn't an Indian.
I
He's a
like
pigeon.
birds and animals.
Now, what kind of a job do you have, Sam?
I cut out silhouettes.
You do. You cut out cigarettes, so I think you're very smart.
I
I
cut
tried cutting
silhouettes.
out cigars once, but it didn't work. What's cutting out cigarettes got to do with your job?
Well, I cut out silhouettes, not cigarettes.
Oh, silhouettes. Oh, I see. Well, how do you make a living cutting out silhouettes?
Oh, by being good enough so that the people like them.
And they buy these from you?
Mm-hmm.
You're Irene Marshall, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. Well, you're a very pretty girl, Irene.
Thank you.
Where are you from, Irene?
San Francisco.
Well, which do you like better? Do you prefer San Francisco or do you like Los Angeles?
I prefer San Francisco.
Well, why don't you live there if you like it better?
Well,
Somebody out there was run over by a trolley car.
my family prefers Los Angeles.
Your family lives here and you live in Frisco, huh?
Well, no, we live together here.
How big is your family?
Well, I have one little girl, and a parakeet, 2 cats, 17 turtles, a dog, and 4 alligators.
4 alligators and 17 turtles, and this is your family?
Certainly.
Be interesting to see what her husband looks like. Is your husband in the audience, Irene, or is he in a zoo someplace? I'd like to meet him, throw him a few peanuts or something.
He might be there. I don't know. We're separated.
Oh, you separated? Well, you are if he's in the audience and you're here.
No, we're permanently.
Well, I can't understand why you're separated. A girl with 17 turtles and 4 alligators. Have you got names for these gators?
Oh, certainly. There's Albert, Aloysius, Anatole, and Alphonse.
Why did you name them all with A? Did you want them in the front part of the telephone book?
Well, those names appeal to me. They start with A, like alligator. You know.
Oh, I see. Those are all boys' names, aren't they? Those names. How do you know if an alligator is a boy or a girl?
Well, I don't
might be
think
co-
this concerns anybody except another alligator.
Well, it's certainly a logical answer. I can't argue with that. Where do you keep these lovable monsters?
In the bathtub.
In the bathtub? You must take an awful lot of showers. Where is your husband now?
He took off for parts unknown.
He's no fool, this guy. What sort of work do you do, Irene?
I'm a legal secretary.
A legal secretary. Well, I'm looking for an illegal one, if you know. If you know any, we could do some business. Would you like to take another whack at marriage?
Oh, definitely.
What sort of fellow would you like to marry? Somebody who's crazy about turtles and alligators?
Well, no, not necessarily, but he must take me as I am. And also, he must go to work and keep his mouth shut.
You want a man who will work, keep his mouth shut, and take a bath with 4 alligators. Well, I must say you've narrowed down the field quite a bit, Irene. Apparently, you don't believe in romance at all, huh?
Well, this business of opposites attracting is a lot of baloney, Groucho.
A lot of baloney, huh?
People should marry somebody just as ugly as they are, because community of interest is very important, and they should marry somebody just as energetic or just as lazy as they are, and then they can either work themselves to an early grave, digging ditches, or if they're lazy, they're both lazy. They can lie around in the sun like a couple of alligators and starve to death and come to the miserable end that way.
Well, it's one of the prettiest descriptions of marriage that I've ever heard. Irene, if you ever quit that law office, there's a great job waiting for you as an embalmer at some undertaking. You're a most unusual couple, and it's been quite an experience talking to you, Irene. Now, let's see how much money you can earn. George, we have a man back here who's coming out here to... This is Mr. Fenneman. This is Irene.
You understand how
This is
the
$100, this is $200, and this is $300. And if you get a total of $500, you get a chance at the big money later.
You have 4 questions to get a total of $500.
But you got to get $500. You got to get 5 total.
The 300 are more difficult than the 2, and the 2 are more difficult than the 1.
Sometimes the more difficult ones are the easiest.
Sometimes.
Spoken like a true redskin. You selected world geography.
Oh, that's right.
All right, this is the first one for $100. Huh? The island of Malta is located in what body of water?
On the Mediterranean.
Mediterranean is right.
You now have $100, 3 more questions to make 500.
Take one, Sam.
There you go.
Sam, has anybody ever come up to you and go, no. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Swam by, though.
Oh. For $200, to what country do the Bahama Islands belong? Bahamas. Yes, we have no Bahamas. Huh? Come on, kid.
Great Britain.
Great Britain is right. Oh, this kid is no fool.
Now have $300 and 2 more chances to make 5. Which one do you want to select? A $100 one. This will give you a total of 400.
In what country, for $100, is Antwerp?
Belgium.
Belgium is right. But in the future, talk it over before you answer, because she might have said Africa.
You now have $400, 1 more chance to make 5.
You still got to get another $100.
For $200.
What is the largest city in Africa?
Cape Town.
No, I'm sorry. It's Cairo.
Well, you wind up with $400, which of course you get to keep, but that does not qualify you for coming back and trying for the $10,000.
Well, at least you're leaving here with more money than you came in, and that's not too bad. Thanks for being with us. You bet your life.
Thank you, Groucho.
Thank you. And now, George, we have the wheel here. Let's see if anybody's going to win $10,000.
Groucho, Susie Gall and Elfie Hummel earned $800 in the quiz, so here they are back again. Right in here, girls. Right here.
Here you are, boys.
For the big money, girls.
Oh,
Well, congratulations. You know, this year, everybody who wins at least 500 in the quiz gets a chance at the wheel. And if you miss the big question, you still get to keep everything you've earned so far. Is that clear? Pick a number first.
First, guess on the, yeah.
A number from 1 to 10. Just say it out
5.
loud. 5. That's for $10,000. Now, you pick a number for $5,000.
8.
8. Now, if any other number comes up, the question is worth a total of $2,000. Now, whatever you win is your total for the night, okay? Now, one of you spin the wheel.
Oh, what?
Just turn it. Well, it's pretty close. Well, anyway, this question is worth $2,000. A total of $2,000. How much have you got so far? 800?
Yeah,
You
800.
don't have to walk anymore, you kids. You can ride now.
Oh, that's fun.
All right, it's for $2,000. One of the most famous ballerinas of all time was the creator of the Dying Swan Ballet. For $2,000, who was this great dancer? Legendary name.
Ulanova?
Who is it?
Ulanova?
No, you're close, but it's Pavlova.
Oh.
Anna Pavlova, probably the
Sorry.
most famous ballet dancer of all time. I'm sorry you missed it, but you wind up with $800, and that isn't too bad. Thanks, boys, for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
And I'll see you in the
Anyway.
saloon later. Huh?